Can you introduce yourselves to others, please, shortly, before we proceed? Yeah, take the floor. Yeah, speak. Just quickly.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
My name is Alice Abanareza from Trigwana Plus. It's an NGO for youth to work for resilience for the youth. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, someone else who can present himself? Introduce himself.
Yeah,
Okay, there is someone.
thank you. I'm Muhire Jean-Claude from Organisation Appel. It is an organization which works with children, homeless children and single mothers. Yeah, thank you.
Yes. Providence, I think. Providence? Yes, from the same. You can present yourself.
Thank you. I'm Providence Mjawamanya. I work for Kokora NGO.
Yeah. Thank you. Anyone else? Yes, sir, please.
My name is Ahmed Alideji. I'm a professor of pharmacology from the University of Rwanda, and I became very excited to know about this learning cycle for African development because I'm a Pan-African, maybe development agent. I try to work for the development, translating health science into development matters. Thank you very much.
Yes.
It's nice being here.
Yes, thank you too. And please, yeah, sir.
Good afternoon. My name is Ines Gilikiwanye. I work for Profame Kwesehamwe. It is a local NGO that strives for a society, a Rwandan society, where women have a voice and are also able, they are self-reliant.
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm in charge of monitoring, evaluation, and learning.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
So the name is again
Inyas.
Inyas. Profam Chesama is also a very strong organization for women empowerment. Yeah. Okay. So good, and you are all welcome here again. Yes. And for those who didn't, who came here first, this is an institute, socio-economic institute of advanced studies. It started last year, just at the beginning, but you see there are lots of work achieved actually. And of course, the founder of SIAS is Dr. Gwegi, as you can see in the corner, and other partners, of course, even those who are not here. So we are a team actually, and we do empowerment. We started with training and workshops. Last time we trained people about leadership for socio-economic transformation. We have invited different people from different ministries and organizations. It was very strong workshop as well. So we are planning ahead to plan a 1-week workshop. Yeah, we let you know. Probably starting next week, next month. Yeah, and we will let you know. It will be 1 week. We will not work only for 1 day, but we will let you know. So you are welcome then to our institute, yeah, and others who came first. So today let's look at mapping cycles of learning that fits Rwanda's development project, of course. And the first type of level of learning in multidisciplinary is high knowledge of entrepreneurs' ability. High knowledge of entrepreneurs' ability. The second one is low knowledge of entrepreneurs' ability. So we balance this. But if we aim at high level of knowledge of we must be focusing on specific goals that increase in the appropriate capabilities. When we talk about capabilities, of course, here we are talking about enabling. If it is women, for instance, enabling people who work with women, we need to give them capacity first. They know the rights first before they give knowledge to others or other practice or project to others. Training of trainer or of entrepreneurs. Then we focus on various options with flexibility in learning. Here we are focusing on option of flexibility in learning. What do we mean by flexibility in learning? The difference is rigidity. Rigidity in learning. So flexibility in learning, rigidity in learning. When we talk about flexibility in learning, we also learn a full outcome. What did the first project give you? That is why, for instance, Dr. Buheji was telling you they have been staying with the people in Ghana for 3 years, just monitoring the activity, the project, because they were learning from the mistakes of previous session or previous activities. That is the process. Yeah, of course, this is about self-knowledge and choice, and I will not focus most on that because of time. And then let us look at the mechanism of learning inspirational lab. So, what is inspirational lab here we are talking about? Inspiration lab is like other labs we create. Like here we have African Development Lab that I lead actually. And inspiration lab, it gives you an inspiration, of course, from the project of inspiration economy, globally, that CIAS draws from. Yeah. But this helps you to understand new things and learning by practice, micro projects. The first one is cognitive map learning. What is cognitive map learning? Yeah, everybody have cognitive maps. Yeah. Do you know what is the cognitive maps? Yeah?
No.
Cognitive maps is a set of knowledge you have assembled throughout the period for quite a long time. And this can shape you thinking. If, for instance, you hear someone from Congo, you see, Rumba, you think he or she knows how to dance. That is what you call cognitive map. Even if you are better dancer than him or her, but it's a cognitive map. Most of Africans, if they see each other, they say they are very dependent. Because of colonial minds. So the cognitive map it has been installed in their head about mental representation of who is African, who is not.
Are you trying to say that the cognitive map or learning is the mentality you have about people of certain areas?
Exactly. That is part of the example. It is an example. Because this is a mechanism of learning, but this is an example. Yes, yeah. And cognitive mapping is dangerous in social economy. Yeah, because of prejudice, what we call prejudice and stereotypes. I like this because in my field of science I use it. Yeah. I use it a lot, even though this was prepared by CIAS founder. This part of knowledge was prepared by CIAS founder, Dr. Buheji. But I use it mostly in my career. What you call cognitive mapping is very important. Right? Because it gives stereotypes, prejudice in the material, and it can undermine you. especially when you want to alleviate poverty among the people. The first thing is to change their cognitive maps.
So if it is negative, then it undermines it. But if it can, I think it can be positive also.
Yes, it can also be positive. Thank you very, very much. Yes. It can also be positive. So it's a mental representation of the layout of one's environment. The example, after exploring a maze, rats act as if they have read a cognitive map of it. So. Latent learning is learning that occurs but is not apparent until there is an incentive to demonstrate it. Well, latent learning is just learning which doesn't occur immediately. It's just you learn, you grasp knowledge, you grasp knowledge, but it cannot be demonstrated until something happens to demonstrate it. Or, for instance, look, for instance, his name is Shaddad, yeah? Before he came to see us, was not a cameraman. Yeah? Yeah, but, well, just in a seminar or a workshop, we found that he's a good cameraman. Why? Because he has been learning gradually. Was that for us to know? We didn't know that he's a very good cameraman. It's learning, latent training. And that is also linked with what Dr. Bejo was talking about informal learning. Informal learning. I've been working with Wagakinjiro cooperatives for many years. We have a project which was sponsored by SIDASA. And we did a lot of research in cooperative of plumbers. We find that most of the engineers, so-called engineers of plumbing who do machines, even machines for different purposes, didn't learn anything at school, but they have been there since they were teenagers. Since they were teenagers. From that time I decided some time to take my kids in workshops for if they want to learn something. For instance, in a holiday, I can take my small daughter or teenage daughter to where other women do, for instance, tailoring. Gradually, she learns about tailoring latently. This is so important too, because you have to learn this because you will use such approaches in your field. You can take women who didn't learn anything about this field and you just incubate them with other who are very knowledgeable. Gradually they learn from you. Even the role model, like founders, like Odette for instance. Some can learn from you latently and you never know. If with time you find that they have captured something from you.
But it takes some time because it is not active learning.
Yeah, exactly.
So I have a question. In social development initiatives, in projects, can we encourage latent learning or it is there just so that we know it? Because it can take a long time, and when we are talking about development, we want to be faster in developing, in achieving development. So latent learning, I think,
That's a good
in my
question.
opinion, it cannot be encouraged as one of the way of teaching people how to do or how to work so that they achieve development.
Yeah, doesn't mean this approach is better than the other. No.
What he said.
Can you ask so that...
Latent learning is one of the best tools to share knowledge from experienced people. So there are still, this is very important for socio-economic. When you do a model, you need to share it by latent learning techniques. Because they have something they can see. The first one, which is the cognitive map learning, It's about the observation that we did, for example, in Ghana. We did observation, right, about the plantation, about the north, about the women. That was the first one. The second one is that there is a model. And now you can show people through the model and they can replicate the model. Or they can do something better than it. It's not nothing good. All of these learning can be used in different times. Nothing is bad on these learning. Actually, they are encouraged in order to complete a cycle of socio-economic project.
And these are techniques of, the mechanisms. You can use either one or
Not
the
either
other
one.
or both.
Not either one. Not either one. You cannot do latent learning unless you create a model. Okay? It's not about your experience. It's about demonstrating something that has been achieved.
Exactly.
Okay?
But you can use it for role models also.
Models. I'm
experience.
talking about model. If there is model successful, and for example, the Muganda,
Yes.
we don't have in our country. I will bring people to our country to see the Muganda. This is a latent learning technique. Okay? It's a collective of a practice that we can show others. Okay? Because people only change by two things. Either by doing it or by learning from others.
Exactly.
Otherwise, attending lectures like this,
Yeah.
this doesn't change people.
Yeah.
Okay, that's it.
And sir, maybe I should just say that that is also going to speed the development. Instead of the other way, it's going to speed it.
Yeah, I understood now.
Yes. So, and the way it can speed it is because it doesn't require long time sitting in class. But also it takes time in another way, because it depends on what you want to deliver. Yeah. So observational learning by observing or seeing best practice. For instance, for latent learning, I gave you an example of workshop. For instance, baking bureau. I gave you an example. Ushobora gufata umwana ukamujyana aho bacura nyuma y'igihe gito amezi atatu akaba mwiza. But he has been, of course, incorporating latent observational learning and so on. At the same time, learning by observing or seeing best practice. This is also complementing each other. Modeling, process of observing and imitating behaviors. Okay. Very good. And pro-social behavior, positive, constructive, helpful behavior, we call it appropriate inquiry. Appropriate inquiry. That's Moreneza. This is an example of social learning approach. Yeah? Social learning approach is that. Moreneza, Bandeville. Yes. That's an example.
Sir,
Yes.
what's the difference of modeling and construction?
Hmm?
The modeling is also like
Speak loud.
modeling.
Modeling.
Yeah, and social behavior.
Yeah, modeling is like you take a person, a role model, then others have to follow.
What's the second part? Over this, you said modeling and what is the other one?
Social behavior.
The difference between the two.
No,
The
I
second
mean,
one, I'm not here.
she's asking.
Pro-social behavior. Okay.
Yes. Yeah, of course, pro-social behavior is also modeling. This learning mechanism use modeling.
Okay, let me explain it to you a different way. Of this.
Yeah.
Model, something has completed and created an outcome.
Yeah.
That's what we mean by social economy now.
Yeah.
Okay, social economy, if there is a village that managed to eliminate poverty. We have a case study, for example, in Mauritania. A village that managed to eliminate migration of youth. Because the youth used to migrate outside the country or outside the village. This is a model village. And it became eco, for example, eco village. Okay? So this is a model. This is what we mean by model. So we can learn from a different thing. We tackle a problem and and they managed to bring from that problem, they created an opportunity. That's a model for us, for SIAS and social work. Now, the appreciative inquiry, I call it in another way, I call it in my own, I gave it the official term, pro-social behavior. Appreciative inquiry, you don't look for, when you visit any organization, you don't look for their weakness. You look for their strengths. And you collect the strengths from different companies or organizations or NGOs, for example, in your case, and you make from it like a guideline for you. You are looking for to appreciate what they are doing. Yes. Okay. So the model is different. Model is one place. Appreciative inquiry is about collection of models you have visited, and you create from it like a guideline. That's the idea.
Yes, understood. Yeah, but they complement each other. They complement each other. But mostly it is linked with behavior. Mutual behavior.
And I can tell you they go into sequence. Those who want to learn and implement. Because today, the challenge for us to implement. Okay?
Yeah.
Cognitive map is supposed to be done before you start a project.
Yeah.
You analyze, you take the data, and so on. You study the socio-economic condition of the country, and so on. So that you define the people, the product, the process, and how the way you're going to promote it. These, the 4 Ps. The second one, latent learning, is about now studying the specific area you're going to invest in. The observation learning, you're going to go and observe, okay, and engage people, so that you discover the best practices. The model is after you do now, and let's say you started to work for 6 months and more, you might start to create a model. Later, if you have many models, let's say I always tell Emmanuel, I imagine Rwanda have many models, and we can bring people here to visit these models, you and us also, your organization. So this is called appreciative inquiry. They are coming not to visit one model, and they are visiting many models, and they are building an idea about for their own.
That's it. Yeah. Thanks. Yeah. Yeah, and this is a learning framework for socio-economic transforming leaders. Yeah. As I told you last time, we have leadership training for leadership for socio-economic transformation. But now we can grasp a little bit some of the point about it. Yeah. So the first thing is stimulate. As you know, you have to motivate, you have to influence people to follow you or to understand you. So the first is stimulate knowledge sharing, and of course you can use multidisciplinary learning. Yeah. And after knowledge sharing, you go to society engagement. That's the process. Then you reach the level of process, and you go to economy influence. Economic influence means you can start to see the outcome. You start to see to get even financial capability, income. Those are the process, and then the outcome, realization of complexity or self-actualization. When we talk about realization of complexity, this is the phase, the other phase of socio-economic transformation. When we talk about socio-economic transformation, what do you get actually? What do you understand? Yeah? When we say socio-economic transformation, what do we say? What does this mean? Do you remember an example? Socio-economic transformation means, yeah? Anyone here can answer? Yes. Madam, yeah? Speak loud.
I think it brings a lot of things. Let's say one of them.
Yes.
You can say empowering economically.
There is economic transformation. There is also livelihood transformation, welfare, standard of education, standard of thinking. Yeah. When you promote a person and he's at the level of self-reliance and power capability, he has also self-esteem. And that is what we call self-actualization. Normally, self-actualization is the ultimate goal of human being. Kugeze ku rwego rw'uko urugero nabaha, for instance, mwese muzi Pastor Mpyisi Nyakwigendera yageze ku gihe cya self-actual, aho ashaka kubwira abantu okay, mwibuke yuko hari iki. Come open. That's self-actualization. Yeah? So self-actualization is the ultimate goal of human being society. When people have fear to speak out what they want, to talk about this and this, of course speaking positively, not negatively, yes. And understanding each other, cooperating with each other, yeah? Then it's not yet self-actualized. When you see people in the street, for instance, you disobey them because of their clothes, for instance, then you are not self-actual. A self-actualized person is a person who has attained a certain level of development, mental development. On your Twitter, self-actualization. So that's the outcome of socio-economic transformation process. Take a journey then. Take a little girl, very poor, then you empower her, and very poor, discriminated, ashamed, because maybe she has a torn apart dress and whatever, and or bare shoes, but he or she reached the level of self-actualization. It means you have done something great. Yeah. I've been talking with different people, and in a certain society, a child of 11 years knows everything in his society. Yes, why he lives, why his daddy, what does his daddy do, whether it is perfect or not according to him. Yeah, ashavuga ati daddy numuganga kusi kumbaye ibintu datapasi ibintu nzabona ngeni engineer. He's a young man, but self-actual. We can assert in others, respecting them, but also arguing. That is important. But when you have people always who are not self-actualized, they will always beg or think. I mean, there is a lot of things that shows that they are not mentally mature, and this is what we say as outcome or ultimate point of. And this is exploring opportunities and problem finding requires learning and entrepreneurship practices. Finding problem opportunities as opportunity. A problem normally is an opportunity. If you see people are...
So you want to make sure that they know what means entrepreneurship practice. And you are not all of you entrepreneurs.
Oh, yes.
So why you are mentioning here the word entrepreneurship practice?
Yeah.
What is the entrepreneurs are popular in when they practice?
Yeah.
Anybody? Can you repeat my question?
Yes, he's asking, because most of us are not entrepreneurs, but what is entrepreneurial practice actually? And who is entrepreneur actually? It's a good question.
What means entrepreneurship practice?
Okay.
Is it only for entrepreneurs? No. It have to be, each one of us should have, he's a professor, you should have some entrepreneurship practice.
Exactly.
What is the uniqueness about this entrepreneurship practice we are talking about? Because this is, if you don't know this, you do not know why we are talking about this now.
Yeah. What is entrepreneurial practice then?
You try.
Try. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, thank you. I think
you speak out so that also you understand.
I think the key word there is practice, because entrepreneur is a general term used to mean like business or income generating activities, say things like that. Now the practice, entrepreneurship practice is like the approach that you use in your entrepreneurship endeavors or activities that I can say not many people know. So it is like your keyword to success.
Excellent. So
The best practice.
Can we say, let's give them applause first. Can we say that it is about finding opportunity? The entrepreneurial mind, not necessarily you make money, but you should have entrepreneurial mind. Means you are always looking for opportunity inside the problem. This is where entrepreneurs, they bring their business. There is something that is not available here in this village, coffee shop, milk factory, blah blah. Anyway, they will establish it because they found opportunity. Because they found it there, it's more expensive, and lots of people are in demand. Nobody is doing it. They start to fill the gap. So this mindset, entrepreneurs, they look for opportunity, they take risk. If you don't have this in any business, it means you're not gonna create a complete learning cycle. You're not gonna bring radar.
Yeah.
Okay? I'm back.
So you have to trace the issue. As I was explaining, you can find that people are very hungry, yeah, outside, and you see what can I do so that I feed that one. In Kigali, I saw one day, you see, women still selling sweet potato, roasted sweet potatoes. I say, wow, you know that thing, yes? I saw many women in Gachinchuro or Gatenga, where there are many people, women take roasted sweet potatoes and you go to sell. Like you can sell avocados or you can sell something. It is faster and smooth and much more good for dinner, for lunch than anything else. You see? That is what we say. We identify a problem first. You feel that problem, you take a risk for that. And you deploy a focused approach, you visualize solution, outcome, you generalize the model, and you publish the model solution. In this context, especially what we do with NGOs, is how did NGOs identify a social economic problem? What CIAS, for instance, can contribute to that solution, yeah? Together with the NGO? Yeah? What is our contribution in terms of finding solution, for instance? And then what can we do? What kind of deployment of energy and power we do? Maybe money, little money, or maybe knowledge. Nowadays we are contributing knowledge to you, of course, but maybe later we can even contribute financially, yeah? If God allows. Or maybe we can bring another stakeholder powerful than us to help you to solve a problem. And that's the deployment of focused approach, or maybe people and so on and so forth. Visualize solution, then you can see the solution. If you don't visualize the solution, then you cannot find incentives to work on it. If you see children in the street, and you don't see them as ministers, as doctors in the future, as engineers, then you are not visualizing the problem solution, the solution. And you can never even put too much effort in it. Yeah.
Remember the word visualization?
Yes.
It's about creating a story. So what story you want to leave in this